Hey guys, welcome back to another Dark and Darker tutorial. Today I'm going to be talking about how to farm gold on ruins fast and efficiently. And you can see in our last game of the night we make 9 ingots in a single match, which if you watch we get really low gold spawns for each of them, but we are able to farm 4 ore deposits in one match, which is really cool. Each ore drops like a very low number of them. So I wish you better luck on your runs when you get like quad ore spawns. But over the course of this video, I'm just going to be explaining what this map means. You can take a screenshot of it, you can use it, and I did most of my narration in game while displaying some strats that I use to farm the gold. So hopefully like the working examples can work for you. The very last run of the night is when I made the 9 ingots. Every single run of the night I made like some ingots, and also like I just talk about like the safe strats for everything. So I guess without further ado, enjoy. Yo. Today, talking gold ratting. For a rapier, lockpick. Creep is cool if you're gonna run into other players. Chances are I'm not gonna run into other players though, because I also recommend going on to Brazil or Oceania, or maybe even East Asia, depending on the time of night. If you look up where it is on each of those servers and it's around 6 a.m., the server should be pretty dead. So this allows you to skip across the map in a fashion that lets you hit 2, sometimes 3 gold spawns in one match. That's going to be massive because there's going to be an average of 5 gold at each gold spawn. If you get a double gold spawn at any of those locations, you're going to be getting 20 gold in one run. So let's see what happens. I'm going to be showing some strats here. Firstly, door cheese. Oops. No sweat, though, on the reel. We're going to use that hide to our advantage. When you spawn on the east side of the map, it is probably the worst spawn you could possibly get. Because there's nothing on the east side of the map except for like one gold spawn location it's a potential gold spawn location. It's actually a cave with some ranged enemies in it. And so just on a note, I am using double jump rogue, which lets me jump up onto that statue. It's pretty huge because none of the mobs can hit you up there, as you just saw. But most of these strats should be pretty accessible with any character. I did notice they raised the hitbox on that statue, so it's harder for other characters to make it. But if you approach it from the back, find something little to kind of jump up on, like any clipping, and then jump into a crouch jump, you should still be able to make it up onto those statues. They didn't increase the clipping height so much that other classes can't make it up there. So just something to note. Also, don't forget that there is a health shrine here. So one gold spawn location is there, another one, if there's a double gold spawn, is right there, a third one can spawn right there, but there's a boss here. If you take any more steps forward here or on the other side, then you're gonna aggro the boss, and we really don't want that. When you lower this, sometimes there's a chance that there's an enemy on it, so be wary of that. Be expecting an enemy to be on it. If you are a rogue with double jump, you can go ahead and access this shrine by jumping on top of it. You're going to do this silly floaty hoppy thing, but it isn't going to stop you from being able to interact with the health shrine. The recharge time on these health shrines is 180 seconds, so keep that in mind if you need to come back through this room. Now we're going to skip over this wall right here. And as we're approaching this direction, we're going to look at the storm circle. Now, follow these routes very carefully. You want to jump on the corner of here, and you can make it across just fine. But we're going to look at this storm circle, and if it's to the south, we're just going to hit the south spawn. If it's to the north, we're just going to hit the north spawn. And I'm talking about gold spawns, of course. If you go in from this door right here, nothing can follow you except for the bug. You can just double jump over those buggy shots. So I'm seeing that the spawn circle is to the south, so we're just gonna follow this south side down, and chances are we're still gonna be fighting against the storm circle to get in here. So we're just gonna go right ahead in. Remember that you can use these lamps to block the buggy shots. Now here's one of my favorite tricks. We're just gonna stealth in. Remember to crouch while you're stealthing. And we should be able to make it past all these mobs before they even get up. I'll probably show on my next run exactly how to get into the cave if you're any other class. So you aggro all the enemies, run around this tree right here, jump up this thingy. You have to crouch jump, and sometimes it takes 2 jumps, and then you jump across to this other rock, and then you can jump over everything's head. Easy peasy, super fast. If you're any character besides the rogue, and you get lucky and this chest is open, then the bug shots will hit this right here. But that's also another reason I prefer lockpick rogue, because this bug, you can always open this chest and then that bug will just hit that while you mine the gold. So that's kind of nice. Alright, back to the rogue run. But for now, that's a cool strat. Now I'm going to pop the map up onto the screen, like right now probably, and show these routes. All of the green routes are going to be like the safe routes between the gold locations and the potential spawns. All of the yellow routes are going to be like kind of sketchy routes to get in between them, and red routes are going to be kind of difficult routes, or rooms that you should probably just avoid. Now, there's a gold spawn here in this room, a potential gold spawn right there. If there's a double gold, for some reason my guy wouldn't pick up that healing potion just now, so that was kind of weird. Okay, as you come up out of that cave, it's really important to be wary of the archers on both sides of that. I like popping a stealth right here, because if you walk the 10 steps forward and wait a second, a lot of times everything behind you will kind of like screw off a little bit and get confused. So yeah, I don't hear anything anymore, and that's all gravy. So I'm just gonna hop down in the hole right now. So this is the best spot to extract if you know that you're alone in the lobby, but on the real, if you think there's other people in the lobby, I would avoid this spot entirely, because a lot of people will set traps down here right in the bottom, or a barbarian could be waiting right on the rebel pile to hit you in the face with a hammer or something, and nobody likes that. But there is a gold chest that can spawn back here. Just be wary, because there is a wisp hiding in the back corner. He oftentimes just dies on the spike traps. This is always a footman, so we're relatively safe just fighting him. And we brought enough heals, which is always important, to focus a little bit here. I'm just trying not to step on the traps behind me. We always want to bring just enough heals that if we like take a hit or two, we can just heal right back up. We're just gonna grab everything because we're here for money. Who cares? And now 2 things can happen here. You can either go directly for the exit, which is right here, and oftentimes pops right then. Or you can go that way. If the exit just isn't popping in time, that barricade takes 2 hits to break. And as you pass by right here, a minion will spawn on your right, I always like throwing a torch down to fight him. And then just don't forget to pick that torch up, or you can just run to the barricade and hit it twice and leave. I'm gonna go ahead and take this escape right now, and we'll cover, hopefully, the other gold spawn location on the next run. If you want to be a total chat about everything, go ahead and aggro this chick and just stand right here. You can hit your heals. While she murders herself. Thank you, Skeleton Mage, for granting us access to this free royal coffin right here. Okay, so this was the very next run, and I just want to show how popular this extract is. This happened immediately on the next run, so always be prepared for other players to show up on you. It seems like whoever makes it into the well first wins the fight. Alright, just check this out, and then I'll have more tips for you in a second. So we're being attacked by a rogue. That's really cute of him. We're just gonna murder him up, and teabag him in the face. Because why not? See if he brought anything, chances are no, but ooh, we got some free gold off him, so that's pretty nice. Now, I don't kill people unless they aggress me first, so, you know, doesn't really feel bad, honestly. If I were him, I would have just gone into the storm and bided my time. We're gonna wait for that thing to go back to its spawn location. Okay, a word to the wise, if you're gold ratting and you're not bringing in any equipment, it's better to run away and look for a blue portal than to take fights. But I do also want the golden chest that's back here. Being very wary of these spike traps. When he does the overhead swing, we can fit in about 3 attacks. If you hit his shield, remember that he will instantly parry at you. I meant riposte. He riposts at you. Now, I forgot to grab a rapier as well, so that's interesting. Oftentimes the spike trap won't even be there, but if it, oh wait, no, I should say oftentimes the wisp won't kill itself on the spike trap, but sometimes it will, which is also really nice. And you can also aggro the wisp and then stand just far enough of a distance away from it that it like walks onto the spike trap and just stays there until it dies. The difference between him and I, and the reason that I won that fight, is because I wear armor. A lot of people I see don't wear armor because they think that they'll be able to get away quicker. The difference in speed that you get from wearing armor or not wearing armor is completely negligible. -5 armor for an extra +16 armor rating is, or -5 speed for an extra 16 armor rating is not a price that I would give up. If you do want to take off your chest piece though, that's fine. At least keep your headpiece. All I had to do was stab him in the head once and he died. He was probably already wounded, but hey, that's nice. We got 12 gold ore, as well as like some items that we can sell on the trade market. One of the best routes I think that you could possibly get is if you get a north or a south spawn, and I'm talking about the west edge of the map, with the storm circle centered on the other north or south. If you get south spawn with the circle centered on the west side, that's perfect, because you can run from south spawn to the middle and then go hit the north spawn and then run directly to the well very quickly. The north spawn grants you very easy access to the well. The middle spawn is also really beautiful. In the time it takes a skeleton to get up, you can open and close the door, so that's worth noting. We're just looking for the statue that has 2 hands. because every statue will be missing a hand except for the statue that is used to open up the gold. So if you're alone in the lobby, don't even close the hatch above you, because that wastes precious seconds that we need to farm gold. You can look quite a bit of ways from the gold. Sometimes that's a gold up there on my left. Sometimes there's a second gold spawn to my right. I'm just going to go ahead and check that after I finish mining this deposit. But I do want to show you the north cave and kind of the strategy for the north cave that I have. So we're just going to check if there's another gold deposit. There is not. Sometimes the gold deposit spawns over there, but we don't care about that because we have to wake up boss to get to it, and boss is time consuming. You can send the rock golem up the elevator by kiting him onto the elevator and then activating it, and then he'll go into the courtyard above you, and then you have access to a free gold chest as well as that second potential gold deposit. But we don't really want to waste time with that because I feel like we have a pretty good spawn circle here. We might be able to hit the south and then go directly to the north. It helps to open up these barriers in advance. It's just going to save us time. So where is the circle? Yeah, so I see that the circle is covering up the south one. So we're going to go ahead and hit that while we have the chance, just like right now. Remember, when approaching this cave, always kill Buggy. Oftentimes this zombie will get stuck on that rock, so that's beautiful for us. Don't forget that you can jump over the bug juice, and everybody makes mistakes. So. If you go to the left side, not the right side, you can always make it past that minion as long as you're still in stealth when you walk over the minion on the left. If he gets up, don't panic, just double jump. A lot of times you can make it over him. If you don't, you're probably dead, not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna glance to my right because that's a potential gold spawn, and I'm gonna glance up because that is also a potential gold spawn. I can't see over there from where I'm at, so I'm going to reposition just a little bit so that I can see over there. I find it interesting. I can't see anything over there. I wonder if my character is allowed to stand where they're at. Anyway, we're going to grab this lion's head. Don't waste too much time with this kind of stuff because we really care about the gold. I would have preferred that be a healing potion, but it wasn't. Oh well. So make sure there's an archer on your left and your right as you come up out of here. Make sure that you're just listening for those and that you don't get hit by those. Remember to hit stealth right here so that all the enemies de-aggro. I could have gone on the right side where I already opened up the barrier. So you can consider that a mistake on my part. Because we're wasting precious seconds by having to open up that barrier. Just make sure to strafe laterally to enemy ranged mob that you have that could potentially be on you. So this is huge. Watch out for the crossbowman that's in this field. Oftentimes there is no crossbowman, then you can just sneak over here and open the door. And that's cool. So there's a zombie down here that can oftentimes give me trouble as well. I like to hit my stealth right before I drop into the cave. And then come in. And that way the zombie doesn't give us any trouble. So this is huge. Try to fight these little guys next to this rock. Because if we go further into the cave, there is another death head over there. So this is a double gold spawn location because this is not the standard gold. There is an assured gold deposit here, and this is not it. Now, if I'm being smart, I'm going to go kill this death head first before I start spawning, because he can wander over to you and mess with you while you're trying to get gold. Okay. So routing is really important too. I'm just going to go, like, just waste as little time as possible and hit all the golds. So this is optimal. We spawned in the middle, we were able to hit the south cave, and then the circle was actually spawned on the north cave. So we have all the time in the world, actually, to come up here and get this golden chest and the gold deposits that are up here. That's huge. And then go directly to the well. So we were able to hit all 3 gold deposits in one go, and that's really what you want to see. And it won't always happen like that. Sometimes you'll die, whatever. A big thing, though, when you're doing this, I would say if you get the chance to farm this north spawn, farm these death heads, because these death heads have a really high chance to drop pendants or rings. And pendants and rings sell for a lot. I find that people don't buy pendants and rings quickly, but if you like sitting in trade and making good flips, things that sell for a lot are rings with +2 true magical damage or pendants with +3 magical damage. Anything with plus magical damage is going to sell for a lot. Anything with plus memory capacity is going to sell for a lot. We didn't really get any of that, but it's worth looking on these death heads. So if you want to be like ridiculously consistent, you can go ahead and just look for a blue at this point, or even farm some AP. But let me show you the route to the cave from here. There's this bug that you can run past. There's another bug over here that you can run past. If it's early in the match and this is the first location that you hit, I would suggest fighting both of those bugs. And also not running past any of these mobs right here. I'm just looking for the blue glow in here. I do see the blue glow, which means that I can go ahead and literally run past everything in this cave. I think there's a trap in the darkness there. I'm not sure. It helps to have your torch out while you run through here, though. Because then you can just be positive that you're not going to step on any traps. Now, I don't care about that gold chest to my left, especially because I ran past everything and we're going for gold per minute. So I'm just going to go ahead and make an escape, considering that I got a triple gold spawn, quadruple gold, actually. So I was able to make 17 ore in that one run, and I just want to secure that. I don't want anything stupid to happen, and yeah, we're going to make our 17 ore. What does that translate into? That translates into almost 9 ingot off of that one run. That was 8 2/3 ingot. If we sell these right here as well, that gets us up to 75. We just need 200 gold to close the gap. So if that's 75, 78, plus these two, that's 88, plus these. So that's 140, I mean, 88 plus, yeah, it's 148 gold that we made, plus the equipment that we made. That's definitely, I mean, that's basically 9 ingot in one match. So, I mean, that's huge. That's huge. That's half of a key that we just made. So, I mean, if you want to be able to farm a key in 2 matches, potentially, every 2 matches, potentially, obviously, and that's probably what I'll title the video, just because, you know, clickbait, then you can go ahead and do that. It's not that difficult, in fact. So just to show it too, just to end the video on a note, I'm gonna just craft these all up into gold ingot. We're gonna hit the trade hall, and we're gonna look for somebody who's selling gold keys. Okay, I'm looking in this list for the filter for gold keys, but I'm in the wrong trade hall. I'm in misc trade when I should be in utility trade. Wait, we're in the wrong spot. This is where people sell gold keys. And we get an instant seller. Like, there's always someone selling gold keys here. Hee-haw. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Anyway, the going rate for gold keys right now is 1 ingot. Or, I mean, 20 ingot, I would say. So if you get anything less than 20 ingot, you got a deal. And that's super nice. You also have like a really high chance when doing this with a lockpick rogue in particular, just hitting all those gold chests, just like getting kind of like kitted out and finding a lot of kits for your other classes too. So I guess, I mean, that's like mostly everything that I wanted to talk about. I hope I showed some strats that every class can use. The double jump, I think, improves consistency. You can use it to jump over a lot of barriers and stuff. I would suggest making a rogue whose sole purpose is to do these kind of runs just because they're the best suited to run from gold spawn to gold spawn. But honestly, whatever class you're most comfortable mobbing with would be the best class. Rogue is definitely straight up, once you learn how to use them, going to be the fastest gold per minute. And you just have to get them to level 15, and then you can go ahead and find somebody that you trust and hit the trade hall and trade your keys over to your other characters and your gold ingot and your cool equipment. So if you learned anything or you just enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Make sure to check me out on my Twitch, where I actually give out all of the loot that I get. All of my gold keys and everything go away to my viewers. That's Vic Enigma on Twitch, VICENIGMA. I do it on a random day each week. It's called the Loot Lottery. You can check in like on a daily basis and just see if I'm doing the lottery. If not, I'd love to see you anyway. We're building like a supportive community of like players that kind of share information with each other and just learn and are always kind of looking for group. I do a lot of hell runs exclusively. I made the Hell for Dummies series that you can check out at this link right here. It's a whole playlist where I go into hell with level 1 characters. I cover every single room in hell. I still have to cover like 2 of them, I think. One of them I think is the hardest room, and the other one is like I think the easiest room, so I just haven't covered it yet. But yeah, I do it with level 1 characters so that you can see that it's possible with any class, and or I should say it's possible at any power level. I don't have any gear or anything when I go in, so that's kind of cool. I show all the cheese spots and everything. If you have any strats for farming gold that differ from the strats that I showed here, please share them in the comments below. The more that we share as a community together, the more we can learn and grow. And other than that, I hope you just have a lovely day. Good luck and Godspeed, adventurers.